Good day folks, I'm Tim, and you're watching The Adventures of Two-Wheel Tim. Today's video is going to be the first of a multi-part series where I ride my Bike Tricks Juggernaut Ultra Beast 2 from Santa Cruz to Monterey. I'm calling this 3-day, 2-night adventure Beast Around the Bay. The route that I've mapped is about 45 miles each way, but I do plan to deviate a little bit from that route as I plan to show some beautiful farmlands, some interesting sites along the central coast of California, and also some historical sites that date back to the early 1900s. But before I continue, I just want to remind you that if you like my content, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, hit the thumbs up to give me a like. Be sure to ring the bell for notifications, and feel free to add your comments or questions below. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you've probably heard me mention that my plan is to eventually do some touring and some other types of rides on the Beast other than just riding around town, and this is going to be my first multi-day adventure on the Ultra Beast 2. As the ride time approached, I made sure to monitor the weather. Now I live in California where it never seems to rain, but as luck would have it, rain was in the forecast. And because the weather forecast was so unpredictable, I figured I'd better prepare for the rain. So I purchased a pair of Columbia rain pants. I plan to take my Marmo rain jacket, my Vask waterproof hiking boots, and my Alpine Stars waterproof motorcycle gloves. I also purchased 8 neoprene lizard skin chainstay protectors that I strapped together to wrap around the integrated batteries on the down tube just in case of rain. For some basic items that I might need to use frequently, I'm taking my 2 Giant brand waterproof panniers to put on the rack of the Beast, but I'm also going to pull my Bireli Nomad cargo trailer that's going to house most of the gear that I'm taking. One upgrade that I made to the Bireli Nomad cargo trailer in preparation for this trip was to replace the 16 by 1.75 wheels that came stock on the Nomad, and I replaced it with their 16 by 3 inch wheels that come with knobby tires. My reasoning for the upgrade on the Nomad was to have better traction in the event of wet pavement, debris on the road, or if I ride in sandy conditions. One of the most important items that I packed for the ride was a toolkit of essential tools that I hope I don't have to use along the way. Now I'm going to go over all the tools and the gear that I'm going to take with me during my 3-day Santa Cruz to Monterey trip. Obviously, one of the most important things I'm going to take is one of the 2 battery chargers that came with my Ultra Beast 2. I'll be taking a spare 26 by 3.5 inch fat tire tube. I have a Bireli high pressure pump, an Astro AI digital tire gauge, and of course 2 steel reinforced tire levers. I'll be taking some Tri-Flow chain lube, a set of Allen keys from 1.5 to 10 millimeter, a long 6 millimeter Allen key with handle for better leverage for things like pedals, and a long-handled 8mm hex wrench for better leverage when needing to tighten cranks if that should come up. I'm also going to take some Fill waterproof grease, and just because you never know what could come up, I'm going to take a box cutter along with some zip ties. I also decided to bring this Gerber multi-tool, as well as a 16 by 3 inch tube in case I get a flat tire on the trailer. All of this gear is going to be stowed in my DeWalt tool bag. This is a nice little tool bag. It has a lot of pouches on the inside, and I still have plenty of room in case I think of anything else before the day that I leave. It does come with a shoulder strap that I just leave tucked in the side for right now. I don't really need the shoulder strap, but I do take it just in case I need it. And I can just zip this closed like so. Got the little carrying handles, and it's good to go. And of course, I'll be taking my 2 kryptonite locks. Okay, next, let's go pack up the Bireli Nomad trailer and get it ready for the upcoming adventure. Okay, so I'm going to pack up the gear in the Bireli Nomad cargo trailer, starting with my gimbal extender here. I have my clothes and toiletries in these REI brand compact cubes that will just fit right along in here. This is my rain gear, just in case it rains. I've got my locks and my tool bag, and we're just going to put those up here in the front. Right up in here. They fit perfectly. Stow the locks in here. So you can see there's still quite a bit of room in here. I do have some camera gear I'm going to pack in here once all the batteries are charged up. And you can see here I put on the more Bireli 16 by 3 inch wheels and fatter tires. It should provide a better ride through any type of adverse conditions. So this is pretty much the cargo trailer as it's going to go, and should be a fun trip. And finally, to prepare the Beast for the journey, I did some basic maintenance off camera. I made sure the fork settings were adjusted properly. I'm running about 100 pounds of pressure in the fork. I made sure the preload and rebound adjustments were set properly for my weight. I checked all the bolt settings like the crank bolts, the pedals, the rack bolts, the headset bolts, just made sure everything was tight. I also cleaned and lubed the drivetrain and made sure the bike was shifting properly. And I set my tire pressure on the Beast Beaster tires with 30 pounds. This should be a fun, challenging, interesting, and educational journey, and I hope you'll join me for Beast Around the Bay. All right, the trailer's packed, hitched up, and ready to go, so the only thing left is to hit the road. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.